Welcome to Athletes Unlimited AUX Softball. The world's best players continue their fight for the captain's chairs. Entering tonight, Deja Mulipola, Haley McClenny, and Sam Fisher sit atop the leaderboard. Will they remain, or will new faces appear? Tension builds. Women's pro softball takes the field. An exciting night of Athletes Unlimited Softball starts now. All right, let's do it. The final day of our first series of AUX Softball. We are live in sunny San Diego, California. This is going to be the first of two games coming your way this evening. Well, we've had a blast so far. And folks, if you're not familiar with what we're doing here, AUX Softball, it is new and it is different. It is an exciting new way to play the game of fast pitch softball. What we have here in this ballpark tonight is we have 42 of the best softball players in the world competing in a unique format. We've got those 42 players divided into three teams of 14 apiece. Everything that is done is charted, and the stats go on a leaderboard. That is how these players will get paid after 2 intense weeks of competition. Glad to have you along for the ride. My name is Eric Collins, alongside my partner, former Washington All-American, Danielle Laurie. And we've been doing this for 3 years now. Athletes Unlimited Softball in its third year. And it's so great to see these new players, the young blood, but it's also great to see the veteran players. Someone like Victoria Hayward, her third year in the league, and she's still going strong.
Well, and she's wearing number 1 for a reason. She was the first one ever to sign with Athletes Unlimited, as well as the first player ever to have 2 4-hit games. So she's been exceptional from the leadoff spot, such a spark plug. Every single team she's played for, she has been the top. And this is how the points work. A single's going to get you 2 points. This double is going to get you, oh, Vic's gotten the single again, 10 points. And Vic stepping up. Look at her. I love the defense. That's what makes this so fun about watching Victoria Hayward. This throw is on the money to Taylor Edwards. Tags her out at home. Victoria has just been stellar.
Last night, Victoria Hayward, you mentioned her second 4-hit game in her 3 years with Athletes Unlimited. She went 4 for 5, and she had that wonderful play out in center field showing off that magnificent left arm. Now, there's a lot of different ways to score points here with Athletes Unlimited. Daniel, take it away.
Yes, here it is. Amanda Lorenz with the single. A single's going to get you 10 points. That double, that's going to get you 20. And this is how these athletes are able to score points individually. Megan Wiggins with a 2-run shot. That's 40 points in the bank account. But the hit by pitches and those walks, that's where you're going to be able to, maybe uncomfortable getting hit by pitch, but you're getting 8 points. Alicia Ocasio fields her position well. Every single out recorded for a pitcher is going to get you a +4 as well as that strikeout. That is how you can find yourself individually, scooting up the leaderboard. But at the end of the day, you want to win games. You win games, you're getting 50 points, as well as winning innings. 10 points for every single inning won. You can earn points individually, and it's those MVP voting at the end of the game. These women vote on who they want. Obviously, MVP 1 gets the most, but that is a little bit of a breakdown of how you get points.
Danielle and myself, we are not alone. Third member of our crew, Key Michael, standing by. Key, where are you at right now?
I'm in the Team Eberle dugout, and my reason for being here is to try and get you guys at home that are watching as close as possible to the action. So if anyone's sitting at home and you're like, man, I got some questions for the players' family, anyone in the stands, let me know. Use the hashtag KeyCam, and I'll try and get you those answers. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Key. Well, for those of you out there with the discerning eyes saying, she looks really familiar. I know Key. Well, she played Athletes Unlimited volleyball, and now she's helping out here on the softball side. Great to have her with us. All right, getting ready to get this one started. This is going to be our first look at Kaylin Arnold. Kaylin Arnold's going to get the start for Team Eberle.
This will be the first time, like you said, Eric, that we're going to get to see her. And there's something definitely cool about your first start in a professional league. She mixes the ball well. She goes up, down, has that good change. But I think for her coming in to face this tough lineup, you want to use that change, and you want to use it early and often.
Now she will take on Aaliyah Andrews to begin our ball game. Let's take a look at the lineup card for Team Ocasio. Of course, the captain, Alicia Ocasio, who was last year's champion with AU softball. Aaliyah Andrews leads things off. Amanda Lorenz, who has been a ball of fire, she's in the 2-hole. Sierra Romero, 5 for 12 in her first go-around with AUX. Jordan Roberts hitting in the cleanup spot. The rookie from Arkansas, Danielle Gibson, Nadia Taylor, the veteran. Sydney Romero, the younger sister of Sierra Romero. And then you got Rachel Garcia, who will hit for herself. And Jasmine Jackson is in right field. Amanda Lorenz, 6 for 10 so far through her first couple of games with AUX softball. Well, we'll try and give you everyone's status on the leaderboard as this game progresses. We'll start with Aaliyah Andrews. She is currently 8th out of 42 players on the leaderboard. When AUX softball is completed, everyone's going to get their base compensation, but everyone also is going to be given pay based on where they finish on the leaderboard. So truly, everything you do on this field is categorized, and that's how you get paid. Andrews flips it foul. She's down in the count 0-2.
Well, an AUX is just a little bit of a different format than the championship season in August. These women, there is only 3 teams that are going to be competing, and every single team will play a doubleheader, a little bit shorter of a turnaround in between series. And when they're playing the championship season, they're getting a full week to be able to get prepared, draft their team, have a rest day, practice. This is a little bit of a spring training type flavor. Love it. Love to see the rookies and where they're at coming from a college season, as well as some of those vets. Really impressive seeing them right out of the gate performing well.
Yeah, after tonight's 2 ball games, we will have 2 full days of rest before the next series starts on Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 2 dark days on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and then we'll finish it off with doubleheaders Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In total, 18 games will be played in a 13-day window.
The biggest piece of advice when you're playing in a series like this and you are playing those doubleheader days, it's tough on your body. Like being in the dugout and talking with Team Eberle, day 3, they have to play that doubleheader. Some of them are like, yeah, we're grinding through. And it's just, you put the cleats on, and your body, it hurts a little bit. You can practice all year long, but until you're in that game setting, it feels different.
Short hop by the shortstop, Kaylee Clifton, and Aaliyah Andrews is out number 1. Take a look at the defense behind Kaylin Arnold. We'll start in the outfield. It's the veteran Megan Wiggins. Gwen Svekis is the catcher. Center fielders Victoria Hayward. That's Shannon Rhodes in right field. It's Piper and Clifton left side of the infield with Ramirez and Vidalis on the right side. And the rookie Kaylin Arnold pitching to the veteran Gwen Svekis. Here's Amanda Lorenz, Southern California native, Moore Park, California. This has been a happy homecoming for her. 6 hits already. 6 hits in 3 games. She is currently 6th on the leaderboard.
Just batting a cool 600. Amanda Lorenz, so good. I mean, one of the hardest hitters that I've ever had to face, just based on her plate coverage. She has such good at-bats, but most importantly, she's comfortable when she gets to 2 strikes.
There's the first strike to Lorenz. Kaylin Arnold is from Maryville, Tennessee. Started her college experience playing in the SEC at Tennessee. Played for the Lady Vols.
Kaylin Arnold got some good experience with Florida State, was the runner-up last season playing Oklahoma. There's nothing like being on that stage, getting to take all that in to help kind of better your game if you continue to play professionally. Not every athlete gets the opportunity to play in Oklahoma City, let alone make it to the championship series.
Yeah, I think it's really cool when you see players who had that experience in 2 elite conferences. Kaylin Arnold was 2017 SEC Freshman of the Year when she was playing at Tennessee, and then she goes and plays in the ACC at Lonnie Alameda for a couple of years and gets that experience. Similar to Carrie Eberle, who's the captain of Team Eberle. She played both at Virginia Tech and at Oklahoma State. Called strike 3. Oh, Amanda Lorenz didn't like that call, and she is retired. That's the 2nd out in our inning.
And listen, I'm down with this strike zone, Eric. You know me. That's letters. I like it. Some people may not, but I think at the professional level, you should be able to get a pitch like that called, expand the zone, half a ball off the plate. I don't think you should have to throw the ball over the plate to these types of hitters because they make you pay. And that's something you learn pretty quickly as a rookie in this league, especially as a pitcher. And she's so fortunate to be able to have Gwen Svekis behind the dish and just how calm and composed she is, but how experienced she is in this league with all of it.
And Gwen Svekis last couple of years, she basically was Kat Osterman's personal catcher. And now she's using all of that experience at this level to coax a good performance out of Kaylin Arnold, who is pitching in her very first professional game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you find someone behind the plate that makes you feel invincible in the circle, you continue to keep on with that player. And communication for the battery is so important because kind of every week at times it could be changing who you're going to be catching behind the plate. So as a pitcher, we have to make sure we're vocal in what we want, communicating with our catcher, because that's what allows for you to be successful in the circle.
Sierra Romero, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sierra Romero, 7th out of 42 players on the leaderboard. 5 for 12, a double and a homer. This is her first go-around with Athletes Unlimited. Fisted into center field. The beat continues for Sierra. She is now 6 for 13. 2-out base runner for Team Eberle. For Team Ocasio, I apologize. So that'll bring up Jordan Roberts. Roberts swinging a good bat right out of the chute. First 3 games, she's 4 for 7 with a double. Begins the day 19th out of 42 players on the leaderboard. We don't play favorites, but I've been telling anyone who wants to listen that I got a good feeling about Jordan Roberts here with AUX softball over the next week and a half. Swinging a good bat.
And she's just been really consistent. She's played many different roles. She's caught a little bit. She's been more of a pinch hit at times over the years, but she's getting good quality at bats in AUX, and she's been performing well. You can tell she's worked on herself. She's worked on her swing. She's worked on her fitness. She looks phenomenal. Those are little things that help kind of build you up mentally and get you ready and prepared to play at this level.
2 balls and a strike to Roberts. Inning began with an Aaliyah Andrews grounded out to short. Amanda Loren struck out looking. And now Romero, a 2-out single, and an opportunity for Jordan Roberts. Off-speed pitch into the hole. Nice play by Piper. Across the diamond side is retired. Good professional pick by Lily Piper, and the side is retired. We played a half inning here in San Diego. Nothing for Team Ocasio. Team Eberle heading to the bat rack. Team Ocasio can't do much in their half of the first inning, and now Team Eberle will get their first look at Rachel Garcia. Team Eberle is 1-1 so far in their first 2 games. Here's Rachel Garcia, one of the best to ever come out of UCLA, and that's saying something, folks. Rachel Garcia, just a phenomenal 5-year college career.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Rachel Garcia, and her ERA right now does not say who she is in the circle. It's just one bad performance, a tough inning, and kind of inflates your ERA a little bit. And I think she's still trying to get comfortable with a lot of things. A strike zone, these hitters, and if she's able to get that outside pitch, that's something that I've seen over the last little bit, has to establish the outside. When she can get that backdoor curveball pumping and hitting a good strike, it just makes everything that much better, whether it's the curve on the lefty's hands, the rise up in the zone. But by far, hardest throwing pitcher in this league.
Here's Victoria Hayward. Says she was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Actually grew up, for the most part, in California. played collegiately at Washington, and now makes her home right here in San Diego. She's on Stacy Newman-Denise's staff with San Diego State. The Aztecs had a real good year this year. So she was coaching on this field in the spring, and now she's playing professionally on this field.
Well, there's a couple women that should be comfortable. Victoria Hayward is a volunteer, or assistant coach, excuse me, knows his field well. Rachel Garcia as a volunteer knows the mound well. You also think about Danielle O'Toole. She played 2 seasons here.
Vic, was that, I don't know if she went too far in her swing or if that was called a strike, but she's struck out. That's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. It was a swing, so swinging strikeout. And a good start for Rachel Garcia. Take a look at the lineup for Team Eberle. A couple of veterans, Hayward and Wiggins, to begin things off. Tori Vidalis, Taylor Edwards, Gwen Svekis in the 5-hole, Kaylee Clifton, Lily Piper, Shannon Rhodes, and Abby Ramirez. Wiggins, a couple of homers already through the first handful of games. Now playing her 12th professional year. 12.
Setting the bar high. And continuing to get better. I feel like just right out of the gate. Watching her play a couple days ago, first at bat, hits a 2-run shot.
Look at that. More of the same for Megan Wiggins. 1-out base hit. She's now 4 for 9 so far through the first 3 games that she's played with AUX. Defensively, behind Rachel Garcia, an outfield of Lorenz, Andrews, and Jackson. On the infield, Nadia Taylor starts at third for a second consecutive day, and a couple of Romeros up the middle. Sydney at short, Sierra at second. The rookie Danielle Gibson is the first baseman. Behind the plate, it's Sachel Palacios. Tori Vidalis takes a steamer inside. Vidalis from Texas A&M, 29th out of 42 players on the leaderboard. First 2 pitches identical to each other. Vidalis takes them both for balls.
And that's why Rachel continues to keep going back to that pitch, because she knows she needs that. Has to be able to establish the in on the righties, as well as that away pitch to lefties.
Wow.
Deja vu.
Yeah. That one called a strike, 2-1. TV Tori Vidalis, 4 for 8 with a triple so far through the first 2 games. Continuing to try go inside and just not hitting where she wanted to hit. And it's a walk. Every time you walk, you get 8 points. So 8 points for Tori Vidalis. Now runners on at first and at second.
As well as those inning points too, right, Eric? Every single inning is going to be worth 10 points. And if you continue to put zeros up on the board, you have those rollover innings. So if you're, 5 scoreless innings for both teams, that's 50 points on the line. And an opportunity with a runner on second for Team Eberle to clinch this inning. If they can score that run, would reward everyone on the team with 10 points.
Here's Taylor Edwards. She had the biggest swing so far here in this first series of AUX softball, and it was against Team Ocasio on Monday. Top of the 7th inning. With 2 outs in the 7th inning, she hit a 3-run home run, which resulted in a Team Eberle 6-5 win. Lashed into left field. This could score a run. Wiggins rounds third. Here comes the throw. What a beautiful toss. And Wiggins is out by a mile. Amanda Lorenz threw an absolute dime to home plate.
And a lot of pop. This is an up pitch. She's able to barrel it, just pulls it to the left side. This is a laser. I'm surprised Megan Wiggins went from 2 based on how much of a hot shot this was to Lorenz. But talk about a cannon on the money. Palacios with the tag. Wiggins trying to get obstruction, but not today.
Big defensive play by Lorenz. Here's Gwen Svekis. There are 2 outs. Svekis, 3 for 7. Currently 35th out of 42 players on the leaderboard. Svekis has been around for all 3 seasons now of Athletes Unlimited softball. 1-1. Svekis knows the strike zone as well as anyone. And she steps out of the box. A little show of protest. No doubt about that one. Ball and 2 strikes. Rachel Garcia has walked a batter. She struck out a batter. She's given up 2 singles, but no runs.
That's a good pitch. And that's Rachel Garcia's bread and butter pitch. You think about her competing for UCLA, helping them win a national championship in 2019, back-to-back National Player of the Year. I mean, she is money east to west. She has a killer rise ball.
Great stop by Palacios. Dallas was inching down that line at third.
But the professional level, these women, when they step in the batter's box, they make you work. And it's a little bit different than playing international. It's a little bit different than playing collegiate ball. You have to be able to kind of maneuver the strike zone.
Svekis works the walk. That's 8 points for Svekis, and the bases are loaded. 4 consecutive batters have reached. Team Eberle threatening with runners on at every base. You got Vidalis at third. You got Edwards following her at second. And you got Svekis on at first. And now Kaylee Clifton will bat. One of the many players who have won a national championship as a college player. She played at Oklahoma. Enough said. Called strike 1 to Clifton. It's a big at bat early in the ball game. Should Clifton drive in Vidalis from third, every single member of Team Eberle will get 10 points for winning the inning.
I like that spot. First inning at times too, Eric, as a pitcher, you're trying to kind of figure out what you're going to get. Are you going to get half a ball to a ball off the plate? Is the zone tighter? Do I have to spin it more crossing the plate? First inning's always where you try to figure that out.
Looped into the air, right center field, going back, Andrews can't get it, it bounces over the wall. It'll be a ground rule double, 2-run score, and Team Eberle is going to play from in front. Kaylee Clifton scores a pair with a double.
When this is an off-speed pitch, Clifton, not even fooled, goes down to get it. I guess if anything, maybe off the plate a little bit, but that's a good piece of hitting by Kaylee Clifton. Stays on time, not fooled by the off-speed. These hitters are making Rachel Garcia work.
That's now the 5th consecutive batter to either get a hit or a walk against Garcia. Garcia was fortunate that one of those hits resulted in an out at home plate when Wiggins was cut down trying to score. Here's Lily Piper. Called strike 1 to Piper.
And if anyone can relate, I completely understand at times how hard playing in the professional league is. You are facing seasoned hitters, experienced hitters, and mentally it really can be an uphill challenge as a pitcher. Because when you're not being successful, then you're trying to at times do too much or be perfect or getting down on yourself because you're not performing to where you want to perform. And then you're getting out of your comfort zone trying to do things that you're not used to. But we have to rely on what has made us successful. But if we can control anything in the game, it's where we throw the ball, where we locate the pitch, communication with our catcher, seeing hitters' tendencies, being able to go back in the dugout and have a conversation with Palacios and say, man, that's not a good inning. I'm not feeling it. What do I need to work on? Do you have to be vulnerable and expect to get hit at times? It's just how the game works, and that's okay.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Piper. Garcia trying to get back into that dugout. Called strike 3. Piper couldn't pull the trigger. Second strikeout of the inning for Garcia. But Team Eberle, they win the inning. They score a pair. They lead 2-0. When we come back, the second inning here in San Diego, California. Welcome back, everyone. We've made it to the second inning. Team Eberle leading Team Ocasio by a score of 2-0. Team Ocasio, Danielle Gibson, Nadia Taylor, Sydney Romero batting here against Kaylin Arnold. Kaylin Arnold gave up a 2-out single to Sierra Romero in the first inning, but that was it. She struck out 1 in 4 batters. Danielle Gibson. Sweet swinging Danielle Gibson. Just coming off a phenomenal All-American season with the Arkansas Razorbacks. What a year they had. Gibson, a native of Southern California, Murrieta, California. Her first professional experience in front of a lot of friendly faces. Called strike 1. All right, we're going to get a chance to talk to the captain of Team Ocasio, last year's champion, the championship season in Rosemont, Illinois, Alicia Ocasio. Alicia, how you doing?
How are you? I'm doing great.
Hey, fantastic. What's it been like for you this week? Obviously, you had a chance for the last, 8 months to revel in the fact that you're the reigning champion, and now you're the inaugural first captain. You got a chance to pick your team. How's the responsibility been? I'm just happy to be back on the fields. It's been really fun to be able to pick my team again, obviously with AUX being a few more games in a less amount of time. It's been challenging to figure out different pieces to the puzzle, but it's been fun, and I'm just excited to be back on the field with these girls.
Alicia, I mean, you look fantastic. Take me through kind of what the offseason was like, if there was anything in particular that you were trying to work on to kind of better your game.
Gibson!
Let's go, Gibby!
She did it! Danielle Gibson, her first professional homer. It was only a matter of time, and she scores Team Ocasio's first run to the ball game.
Yeah, Gibby. Sorry, y'all. I probably screamed in your ears.
No, expected.
You put her in the perfect spot in the lineup, clearly.
With all the help from my facilitator, Ellie, I will say that. But it's been a fun ride. I mean, on the off season, I like to give myself the fall to just kind of, sit back and get rest for my body, because obviously the season, takes a toll on your body. So I like to give myself the fall, and then in January I start back up, pitching, hitting, fielding, doing all the things to get myself right for the season. But it's been fun just to do all the things. Obviously, with having to do it all and pitch and hit, it's just about time management. But it's been a really good off season.
I had read something that you had put out there about talking about kind of speed and agility and trying to add that piece to your game. I've yet to see you steal a base. I'm waiting on that. I want to see it.
Well, Danielle, I got to get on base first to steal. So I got to do the first step first. So I'm working on it. Looking for my second hit, but these girls are doing a terrific job. So I, kept myself out the game today.
You're going to be busy, clearly finishing off this AUX, and we're going to see you again in Rosemont for the championship season. But in between, you're going to play some international softball, right?
I am with Team Puerto Rico.
Awesome. What's that experience like? I know you've been with Team Puerto Rico for quite a bit over the last number of years.
It's been fun. I mean, I've played with them since 2013. They came to my high school game and scouted me, and I've been with them ever since. But let's go, Natty! It's been amazing just to play for something so much bigger. Play for Team Puerto Rico with all the girls from the island, and unfortunately we didn't make the Olympic roster. But I'm happy that we're competing in the World Games in Alabama, and I'm excited to get back on the field with them because we haven't played together since the qualifiers in 19. So. It's going to be fun.
Was there something coming into this season, especially being who you are and being a captain, did you take any rookies under your wing or kind of offer any advice to any of the new ones?
As much as I can. I'm just happy that they're here, that they accepted the invite to AU because it's been a great experience so far just in the pro realm. But anything, I know as a rookie I was looking every direction to get any advice that I could, and I'm just happy that they're here and they get to experience this. I know that not a lot of softball players get to experience being a professional athlete. So it's just, it's a blessing for them to be here, and I'm just excited to see what they can do.
And Alicia, last question for me. You picked, when you had your draft a couple of days ago, you picked Jordan Roberts. Obviously, you're very familiar with her from your college days playing at Florida. She's been in Athletes Unlimited for 2 years now. Man, she looks like she is totally locked in. This one is hit well to left field, and this one is gone!
Yes, it!
Sydney Romero, a homer. Her first homer of AUX, second homer of the inning for Team Ocasio, and it's a 3-0 lead, 3-2 lead.
I feel like we should keep Alicia on here. It's
I
good
know.
luck.
I should stay here all game. I'm going to just chill under this little thing we got going on. I don't even know what it's called. Little tiki umbrella.
Wow, she just mashes this. Look at her go up and get it. Not even fooled at all. This ball is up in her eyes. Great piece of hitting. We'll give Alicia Ocasio a little shout out from the chair chat.
Go, go, baby.
So, Alicia, I do want to get your thoughts on Jordan Roberts. We don't talk about her enough, I think, sometimes with Athletes Unlimited. But she has always produced when given an opportunity over the years.
I completely agree. I think every catcher is undervalued, but Jordan does a great job, and she's been really consistent. But yeah, I've known her for a while. I played with her a little bit in travel ball, and then got the chance to pitch to her a little bit in college as well. And she's not only a great athlete, but also a great human. And she's actually my roommate, so we have a lot of fun. But yeah, she's just consistent, and that's something you want to have as a player.
Well, Alicia, thank you for spending time with us, and clearly you guys are doing well, so hopefully you keep on keeping on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully we run the score up so we can win some innings.
Here's Rachel Garcia. Like Alicia Ocasio, a two-way player, that's a huge benefit, but it also is a little bit daunting too. But if you can score points with a bat in your hands and as a pitcher, that's a great bonus, but also it takes a lot of skill and commitment to keep those skills viable.
Well, and Alicia Ocasio drafted Rachel Garcia first, and it's probably because she knows the value that brings. But at times it can take a little bit to get going, and we've yet to see Rachel Garcia really explode on both ends. And that's the best part about the game. We get challenged, we get tested, and we have to find ways to dig ourselves out of it. And at times it's more of a mental challenge than it is physical.
Here's Jasmine Jackson. Jackson, a third-year pro from California. 2 hits and 3 at-bats so far through the first handful of games playing for Team Ocasio. Jackson beginning the day 25th on the leaderboard, 25th out of 42 players. Slapped foul. Well, Kaylin Arnold going to have some support behind her. Got Haley Wagner getting loose. And is that Maggie Ballot?
I think so.
No, we haven't seen Maggie so far. She's the last player yet to appear in a game now that Kaylin Arnold has gotten into a game. Ball and 2 strikes to Jackson.
look at the pitches thrown. Already 40 pitches for Keelan Arnold through 2. They're making her work.
Jackson, did she go too far? She did. Ball gets away from the catcher, and she's going to be safe. The ball actually got her in the back. So heads up base running by Jackson, knowing that she might have swung and missed. Getting down that line at first, and she's going to be safe. So with 1 out, a runner aboard for Team Ocasio.
What a great view. Definitely looked like she swung. I just didn't know if there was...
Yeah, they peeled down the third base line, and it was a swing. So Svekis needed to get the ball to first in a hurry, and it actually hit Jackson in the back. So it's a strikeout, but the wild pitch allows Jackson to reach.
And the one thing Athletes Unlimited does have is that safety base, which I like it. I feel like in the college game we've seen so many collisions at first base.
All right, the entire infield getting together, having a conversation. And now we'll play ball. Back to the top of the order. Aaliyah Andrews will face Keelan Arnold for a second time. Maybe a running situation for Jackson at first. You get 10 points for a successful steal. If you're caught, it's a negative 10. Andrews bounced out to short to begin our ball game. Snap throw to first. Now this inning has been totally different than what we saw in the first. Arnold really had no problem at all retiring the side in the first inning, but here in the second, already homers by Gibson and Romero. Still just 1 out on a runner on at first base. And now a hitter's count for Andrews. 3 balls and a strike.
And I like expanding the zone a little bit, going with the rise ball up. But at a 2-1 count, we have to figure out a pitch that we can get for a strike. Now she finds herself way behind. This is a hack count.
There goes Jackson. The throw in time. What a beautiful peg by Svekis. An important second out is recorded on the base paths as Jackson is cut down. That's a negative 10 points for her. And now the bases are clear.
All of this is just so good. The throw from Gwen Svekis on the money, Abby Ramirez, and how she was able to cut across to get in front of the base, to lay down that tag. Perfect.
On the ground, that'll make it through. Base hit for Aaliyah Andrews. And now all of a sudden that caught stealing is extra large. That may have played it a run. If Jackson was on at second base on that slow roller by Andrews, I think she could have scored from second. Two outs, Andrews on at first, Amanda Lorenz. Lorenz is angry right now. She struck out looking in the first inning.
Just a cool 636 average. No big deal.
Lorenz played collegiately with Alicia Ocasio. Also Jordan Roberts, a Florida Gator in that same window of time. It's one of the things that is interesting about Athletes Unlimited softball is the teams change frequently. After tonight's games, we'll have new teams for our next series that starts over the weekend. And clearly you're trying to win games, and clearly you're trying to put together the best possible team, but also relationships matter.
And a lot of these women will say that, like the team chemistry at times is the most important piece to them being successful. It's not always the one that's right at the top of the leaderboard that makes the biggest impact, but as a captain, you take such a big responsibility in who you choose to draft. You want to make sure that you're all on the same page. You have a short turnaround, so you have to be willing to work and get to know how the captain's going to go about their business.
4-pitch walk to Lorenz. That's a +8 for Amanda. Runners on at first and at second for Sierra Romero. Leash is going to get pretty short for Kaylin Arnold. There's your Geico leaderboard. Deja Mulipola, she'll play in our second game today. Comes into today's action with a commanding lead in first place.
And I just think right now Kaylin Arnold just having a tough time throwing a pitch that she can get ahead with. These last 3 hitters, I mean, she's just constantly falling behind. And when you do that, the statistics don't lie. Hitters in hitters counts tend to do better. When you get 0-1, 0-2, you can find a way to move the strike zone out a little bit.
An inning ago, Sierra Romero a single against Kaylin Arnold. One and two.
There it is. I like that pitch. Low on the outside part of the plate. Good location. Force these righties to have to hit it to the right side. Keep it down. This is a good little curveball. Look at that spin. Look at where it ends up. Svekis does a great job getting that pitch.
2 and 2. We've already had damage done by one Romero here in the second inning. Sydney Romero, a 2-run homer. Uh-oh. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Both Andrews at first, Lorenz on at Andrews at second, and Lorenz on at first will be off with the pitch. A gapper could score a pair. Arnold's 3-2. Got her. All right, Kaylin Arnold showing off a little bit right there, getting the dangerous Sierra Romero in a difficult situation. But a couple of runs on home runs for Team Ocasio.
Danielle Gibson goes yard. Sid Romero wants to join her sister in the home run club.
Team Ocasio trying to win the second inning. They put 3 runs on the board in their half of the first. Now Team Eberle is going to bat against Rachel Garcia. It'll be Shannon Rhodes, Abby Ramirez, and Victoria Hayward leading off this bottom of the second.
Shannon Rhodes.
So 2 rookies here with AUX softball facing each other. You got Rachel Garcia in the circle. You got Shannon Rhodes in the right-handed batter's box. Rhodes a homer yesterday, 2 for 6 with the bat in her hands. That sounded like it may have broken the bat. That was awkward. All right, let's check in with Key Michael. Key, what's going on?
Hey, I'm here. I am here with Mally. This is Danielle Gibson's husband, and we have the ball that she just hit into the stands. Her first professional home run.
Yeah.
How proud are you of her?
I am so proud. This has been so cool to see her perform at this high level, and just to be able to have the ball. This is so cool.
She did so well, and I love whenever I get, well, partners on the broadcast, I love to know the story of how you guys met.
Yeah, so power of social media. I took my shot, sent her a message, and we ended up chatting, and she thought I was handsome enough to respond to. And yeah, so I invited her over for a cookout, cooked her some food, and here we are.
Oh, I love that story, and that's, you know, that's romance, 2022 romance, well, 2019 or whenever it was. And I know that Danielle comes from a big, fun family. She's mentioned that her aunts get a little bit wild at social gatherings. What's it like there?
Yeah, she has some crazy aunts. They love her so much. She loves them. It's whenever she gets in a room with her aunts and her sisters and her mom, it's straight chaos.
Chaos, probably in the best possible way, though, right?
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch. I don't ever get involved in it. It's too chaotic for me, but it's fun to watch.
Well, I love a good family gathering. And you got close with their family as well over the 2020 year. You guys went to Disney World together.
Yeah, so I ended up coming to California for the first time during Christmas. Got to go to Disney World, Universal. Got to see the beach here, so I got to be introduced to her. And then the COVID, we actually got to stay out here because we didn't have any school, so we stayed out here for a few months, got close with her family, and kind of grew together and realized that we're going to be together forever, so that was pretty cool.
I love that. You're part of the family now. What's she like off the field?
It's kind of funny because she's very quiet, low-key. When we're off the field, we're with our families, with her family a lot, so super fun, super energetic. She loves being around her family, so her family's her biggest supporters. And
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the broadcast. I'm sorry you didn't get to see the home run because I pulled you over here, but let's leave it with a call. What's the hog call? Let's call in the hogs.
We'll just do a woo pig. Just woo pig.
Woo pig. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Proud to be an Arkansas Razorback. Awesome stuff. Here's Victoria Hayward batting for the second time in the ball game. This inning began with Shannon Rhodes hitting a dribbler to the pitcher, Rachel Garcia, and she broke her bat, just snapped in half. I thought that I'd heard on a previous foul ball that it just sounded weird. I thought she broke her bat then. Hayward to third. Taylor! Did she? She did! Wow. Nice play by the veteran Nadia Taylor to get Hayward out at first for that second out.
This is a really good play, and you see Nadia Taylor, she's creeping in. Know that Vic can drop that bunt. This ball gets enough hop to make it pretty smooth for Nadia Taylor. Didn't let the pressure of Victoria Hayward's speed get to her.
Well, hey fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. If you're an Unlimited Club member, take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points and move up the leaderboard. The Unlimited Club, it provides great benefits to our best fans, including voting on league decisions, virtual events with players, signed items, unlocking rewards, and more. Download the app for free in the Google Play or Apple App Store and join the Unlimited Club today. 2 outs, runner on at second. Here's Megan Wiggins. Last play was ruled a sacrifice for Victoria Hayward, which is a big deal for her because you actually get points for a successful sacrifice. And clearly Victoria Hayward knows that. So 10 points for Vic. Down the left field line and out of play.
I eventually want to go back to seeing Shannon Rhodes get sawed off, because you're right. A pitch where it just kind of sounded different, like it broke the bat, and then she gets pitched in the exact same spot, cuts the bat right in half. I'm here for it.
This one is hit into the gap, right center field. It gets down. Megan Wiggins has done it again. Wiggins' second hit of the ball game, and she scores Ramirez from second. Makes it a 3-2 ball game, and the inning continues.
Rotation, number 29, Mari Gonzalez.
Wiggins is 2 for 2. She's now 5 for 10 in 3 ball games this year. Gave the wrong score. It's a 3-3 tie. We have inning points on the line. Remember, Team Ocasio scored 3 times in the top of this second inning. Now Team Eberle has scored 1. Tori Vidalis pops it up foul and out of play. And now Tori is looking at her bat. What is a way? You were a hitter when you played at Washington. What's a way that a hitter knows that if their bat is wonky and is no longer good?
Well, when you can hold the bat by the bottom and you shake it, if it kind of feels like the top of it is like loose at all. But also with Garcia and velocity, she can get you.
Into the air and left, playable for Lorenz. Side is retired, so Team Ocasio wins the inning. 10 points for everyone on Team Ocasio. But the game is now tied. It's 3-3 as we head to the third.
Good.
Ah, finally, I feel like myself again.
Yay!
Together ball. First home run, pro ball.
Nice.
Danielle Gibson, how about that? Wonderful start to her day. Her first home run, now in her 4th pro game. She's used to hitting those home runs. She hit 20 of them this past spring at Arkansas.
And how much does she look like her mama? Mama getting the home run ball.
Jordan Roberts will lead things off. She'll be followed by Danielle Gibson and then Nadia Taylor. Team Ocasio scored 3 times an inning ago. They won the second inning after Team Eberle won the first inning. Kaylin Arnold continues in the circle for Team Eberle. There's been activity in the bullpen behind her the entire ball game, but she's still giving it a go. She does have 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. Nice changeup.
And last inning, a 37-pitch inning. That's a lot. And it's being able to go into the dugout and kind of figuring out the second, third time through the lineup. She's already facing him for the second time. Like, how can I be a little bit different? What can I do?
That's 5 strikeouts now for Arnold.
Well, and it's that outside corner. Able to snap that curveball off and get that strikeout by Sierra Romero. Jordan Roberts looked kind of like it was like a defensive swing, but she wasn't fully committed to it.
Danielle Gibson.
Here's Danielle Gibson. Wow, nice off-speed pitch. Called strike 1. Danielle Gibson, just a gorgeous swing.
Seriously, just her load, everything that she does. I mean, this is a 215 feet shot.
For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited AUX season, Aspiration is planting 10 trees. Stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support. Gibson's known to hit her home runs in bunches. Had a 4-homer game as an Arkansas Razorback. And that wasn't the most impressive thing about her game. Those 4 home runs, one of each variety. A solo homer, a 2-run homer, a 3-run shot, and a grand slam.
It's not that hard to do. I'm surprised she was getting pitched to. Hey, I'd even highly consider walking her with the bases loaded.
She's way up in the box. What do you read into that?
Well, at times it's a little bit of a comfort level. We know that Kaylin Arnold can snap that rise ball off. It's for her to take a giant hack like that.
Did she? Again, Danielle Gibson! Have a night! She's got homers in back-to-back innings. They're coming in bunches again. I think she thinks she's back in Fayetteville. 2 homers and 2 at-bats for Danielle Gibson. And it's a 4-3 lead for Team Ocasio.
Well, in her first home run, 215 feet. This one, 230. And you asked why she's at the front of the box. It's so she can get on top of pitches like this. Not fooled by Katelyn Arnold's rise ball. Able to just hammer this out. This is a great piece of hitting. As a pitcher, hey, you got to tip your cap. She went up to get this, elevate, celebrate, hum babe.
So that'll be the end of Katelyn Arnold, at least for now. She's lifted after giving up 3 home runs and 4 runs, all of them earned. Arnold is out of the ball game, and the right-hander gives way to a left-hander. Haley Wagner comes on.
I like this change. She's thrown a little bit. All the ERAs are a little bit inflated. They haven't had a ton of innings, only 6 or 7 strikeouts, and she's experienced. She's been in this league for the last 2 years, coming from the left side.
Now, while we have this pitching change, let's learn a little bit more about AUX.
AUX is a new season for us. It's a mini, shortened, very intense softball season under the Athletes Unlimited family of network of sports.
We've really taken what's great about AU, and it's the competition, obviously the best players in the world, but how every moment matters and how it's so fast paced, you can't take a pitch off, no inning goes without something being on the line, and we've doubled down on that.
We're gonna have a really condensed season, 12 games in 12 days, so that's gonna be awesome. Just get us out there, get on the field.
It's gonna be like an intense past 2 weeks of softball.
It's gonna happen so fast, whether you're hot or you're not, you gotta figure it out, and so the competition is going to be really fierce. I think that's exciting to just kind of kickstart the professional softball summer, especially after coming off of such an amazing World Series. Fans are ready, they love softball, and so to bring them like even more action-packed World Series feeling games is exactly what the fans want.
Every moment matters, and go tell that to Danielle Gibson. Last 2 innings, solo homers. She has moved up 14 spots on the leaderboard with those 2 homers. Every home run, you get 40 points, so she's got 80 points, and we're only in our 3rd inning.
Well, you would assume having a 2 home run day, there's a good shot you're going to be getting some MVP points somewhere. Hard to do. I'm thinking maybe MVP 1, also depending on how the rest of the game goes.
Here's Nadia Taylor. Line drive single, an inning ago. Facing Haley Wagner. These two very familiar with each other. I can guarantee you dozens, if not hundreds of at-bats against each other. Nadia Taylor, a important player in the history of National Pro Fast Pitch. The same can be said with Haley Wagner. To left field, this one is gone. Oh my goodness. Ball's flying today here in San Diego. Nadia Taylor, her first homer of AUX. That's 4 homers for Team Ocasio here in the first 3 innings. Ball hadn't flown like this so far in the first 3 days. 227-foot bomb for the veteran Nadia Taylor.
This is a curveball up in the zone. Not a terrible spot, Eric. I mean it. Like, you want to get that pitch maybe a little bit more on the hands for sure. It's up in the zone. She's just able to barrel that up, opens up, turns on it. Great piece of hitting.
Sydney Romero is next in line. Like the smiling Danielle Gibson, like Nadia Taylor, Sydney Romero has homered today. An inning ago, she had a 2-run shot. Shows you how deep these lineups are. You've got homers by the 5, 6, and 7 hitter in the lineup for Team Ocasio.
When you think of these athletes, they are powerhouses coming from all different spots, right? Most of them were within that 1, 2, 3 in the lineup, 4 hitter. You think about Danielle Gibson and where she was at with Arkansas.
Wagner, that's the 2nd out of our 3rd inning.
I think being a captain and trying to figure out where to put someone is the most challenging job, because all these women are just so good. So it's like, how am I going to build a lineup?
Pitcher, number 00, Rachel Garcia.
All right, here's Rachel Garcia. Garcia, the starting pitcher today for Team Ocasio. First time up, struck out looking against Kaylin Arnold. Well, this is a very popular part of the world for Rachel Garcia. 5 phenomenal seasons as a UCLA Bruin just up the road. Not only as a pitcher, but also as a hitter. She had 43 collegiate homers. 99 wins as a pitcher. National Championship 2019. Most outstanding player of that Women's College World Series. Beautiful off-speed pitch by Wagner, strikes out Garcia. But 2 home runs for Team Ocasio.
Danielle Gibson, to me, just showing off. Pretty impressed. Here we go.
Whole bunch of offense for Team Ocasio. They lead 5-3. They're trying to win their second consecutive inning. They scored 2 times in the top of the third. Danielle Gibson already with a pair of homers. It was Gibson and Taylor hitting the homers earlier in this third. Well, here's our Sunday night baseball matchup. You got the White Sox wrapping up a 6-game Westgate road trip, taking on the AL West leading Astros at 7 Eastern, 6 Central on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 5 Central with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. That was a World Series matchup many moons ago, 2005. Somewhere Jeff Blum smiling. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Taylor Edwards. You got Edwards, Svekis, and Clifton batting in the bottom of the third against Rachel Garcia. Edwards singled and scored in the first inning against Garcia. One of the cool things about Taylor Edwards, we haven't seen much of her catching so far this week, but over the years she has played basically everywhere you can play in the world and caught some of the best pitchers. So she has been around elites. Sunday hop to Taylor. That's the first out.
Backer, number 21.
Here's Gwen Svekis. Gwen Svekis was the first overall draft pick in the first Series 1 draft. There's just so much value when you have her on her team. Clearly a wonderful defender. We've seen her behind the plate throw out a runner today. Calls a great game. Wonderful teammate. Keeps everything loose and alive, knows the game, knows when to challenge a play, understands the strategy of it all, and one of the best power hitters in the game today. Two balls and a strike to Svekis.
Well, and seeing how well she did with Kat and those two together kind of goes to show at times when it comes to the draft, there's strategies, there's a comfort level with someone that you want by your side. And I do remember last year when you and I were calling it that at times people were intentionally trying to take Gwen Svekis so Kat couldn't draft her, because they knew how well it was helping Kat throw to just have someone behind the plate that knew her so well. So at times you can get into that strategy where it's like, oh, well, I know you like throwing to this person. Hey, I'm gonna make you work. I'm gonna take her.
Called strike 3. Rachel Garcia strikes out Gwen Svekis, 2 down.
Shortstop, number 20, Eberle. Listen.
It's a really good spot. If she's going to be able to continue to get this pitch, I'm pumping in on these righties. Little screwball action, buckling the hands.
Kaylee Clifton is next in line. With one swing of the bat in the first inning, Kaylee Clifton gave herself 30 points. She batted with 2 outs in the first inning, hit a double. Doubles are worth 20 points. And because of that double, scoring a pair, Team Eberle won the first inning. So everyone on the team gets 10 points. So 20 for the double, 10 for the inning win. That's 30 points, one swing of the bat for Kaylee Clifton. Well, you got an abundance of pitchers. Might as well use them. Final game of Series 1, and that's Alicia Ocasio getting loose. Pretty good weapon to have, backing up Rachel Garcia.
And I feel like what a selfless captain in the sense where she's not even in a lineup. She's respecting and seeing how well her teammates are playing and says, hey, y'all are playing better than me. You're getting team points. We're getting wins. I'm going to sit this one out. And sometimes that's like a hard pill to swallow, right? Your pride, especially you being the winner from last season, the championship season. I mean,
and when she was sitting in the chair, we're having her chat, Alicia, you could tell, upset with herself for not hitting the way that she was expecting to hit to begin our AUX season.
but it's a game of failure, and everyone wants what Alicia Ocasio has. You're going to get pitched differently. You're going to get hit differently because people did their homework on what you were about. And what makes Alicia Ocasio so dangerous in the circle is the fact that she can change speeds at any time, but she's going to go get attacked when she steps in the batter's box too, because she is that two-way player, and that did help her when it came to scooting up the leaderboard last year. Obviously, pitching and being on winning teams, winning innings really helped, but the fact that she could be on both sides of the ball gives you a little bit more of a competitive edge in a league that's based on a point system. Not every pitcher gets to hit.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Clifton. Foul territory. No one's going to get to it. Now, Alicia Ocasio doesn't have a hit with a bat in her hands, but because of what she has done pitching and because what her team has done, the team that she has assembled, Ocasio beginning the day 11th on the leaderboard, 11th out of 42 players. And more than likely, she is going to pitch at some point in this game in relief of Rachel Garcia. This is the only game being played today by Team Ocasio. Everyone's going to play 4 games in every series. This is their 4th and final game. Ooh, almost got her. Clifton spins away. 3-2.
And that's why it is a little bit more pitcher heavy. Every team is getting 4 pitchers simply because you know that there's teams that are going to be having those doubleheader days. And you also, too, Eric, don't know how people are going to perform. You need to be able to have options.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Garcia has walked a pair. She has struck out 3. Man, Clifton's seen everything that Garcia has, and nothing's snuck past her. So much pressure when you walk in Rachel Garcia's shoes. She was a Ballyhoo High School recruit, and she chose to go to UCLA. You know when you go to UCLA, with all the history and the tradition, what's expected of you. And she wanted it. Misses inside, and with 2 outs, the walk to Clifton puts a runner aboard. A walk is a +8, so 2 points for Clifton, or 8 points for Clifton.
Third baseman number 32, Lily Piper.
And now Team Ocasio needs to worry about winning the inning. They scored 2 times in the top of this 3rd inning. 1 swing of the bat, and Lily Piper could tie this inning and have it roll over to the next.
You can tell Lily Piper mad at herself for not taking a hack on that last pitch. I'm not sure you're going to see a better pitch.
Piper struck out looking against Garcia to end the 1st inning. One and 2. What would be your wipeout pitch if you're Rachel Garcia looking for a strikeout right now?
We haven't seen her really go up in the zone very much. And when I remember her at UCLA, she used to hammer that rise ball, but could go east and west really well too. Like, she's jamming these righties up and getting better as the innings are going on. But I'd like to see her throw that rise ball. That was really the difference maker for her. When she played in college, she can go upstairs. I like that pitch that she can throw that curveball, but just being able to go up, Eric, and get the hitter to chase something up, whether it's with their eyes, that's a competitive pitch that now allows you to snap something else off lower in the zone.
On the ground, backhanded by the shortstop Romero to her sister, Sierra Romero, and the side is retired. So another inning win for Team Ocasio. They have now won back-to-back innings. Good work for Team Ocasio. They lead 5-3. Welcome back, everyone. Big story in today's game has been the loud bat of the rookie from Arkansas, Danielle Gibson. She has homers in the 2nd and the 3rd inning and has looked good doing it. Good golly. First 2 professional homers, both of them, no doubt about it, shots. And hey, she's joining us right now. We're going to have a chair chat with Danielle Gibson. Hey, Danielle, super impressed with your swinging right now. You look really good. You enjoying yourself?
I am having so much fun. Those 2 have been a bonus to today, so I'm having a blast.
I was going to ask, your second home run, that I'm tipping my cap if I'm the pitcher. That pitch is way up, but based on where you were standing in the box, were you trying to be in the front of the box to get on top of the rise ball? What was the plan?
So I am a front of the box enthusiast. That's just how I live my life up there, and I was just hoping for some upspin so I could get on top of it, which I kind of just waited for and fouled off a couple pitches. So, but yeah, I love a good rise ball.
You're a Southern California native, Murrieta, California. Pretty cool playing here. I know your mom is here, your husband's here. Fun stuff, huh?
Yeah, I just feel so lucky to be able to have my professional debut out here in sunny San Diego, about an hour from my hometown. And so I feel bad my dad is not here. He came to the last 2 games, or last 2 days. And of course today I have to just pop off while he's not here. But I'm happy my mom's here and my husband and my sister is here to see it. So, and my friend Jared came out from Arkansas to see this. So it's pretty cool.
What's it been like playing in your first couple pro games, just kind of being around different women that have competed on the same stage as you in college as well as a professional level? Have you learned anything?
Oh gosh, if I learned anything, I thought I knew a lot before coming into here, and I've just learned so much. I think that I absolutely scored with my first team, being able to play with the Romeros up the middle and just learn from them and their positioning and all that they do for me to give confidence to the rest of my teammates. I've always looked up to them growing up, and to be able to just play on the same field as them, let alone be able to communicate with them each pitch, is definitely something that I've just absolutely cherished every minute of it. I'm sad this is our last game altogether, and I hope that we can continue this vibe going on. So.
I think it's really cool that you mentioned both Sydney and Sierra Romero. They both are from Murrieta, California, like yourself. They also played with Taylor Edwards in high school. The Romeros and Taylor Edwards high school teammates. You didn't go to the same high school, but you knew of them growing up, right?
Yes, I did. I actually used to go and watch the Edwards twins up in high school because I thought, high school was the happening place when I was, in elementary school. And so I used to go up to the high school and watch them play and just be in awe of what they do, and knowing that they were going to go to Nebraska and just goo gaga over college players. And so just knowing that what they were going to do, and then obviously with the Romeros, knowing them in high school. And I was actually able to face Sydney I think my freshman year when she was a senior over there. And so she actually, I think, was hurt. So I didn't really get to see her play. And then obviously in college, being able to see her absolutely put on a show was really cool. But they are, after my first game, I went back and told my parents, gosh, I'm so excited I just get to play with the Romeros. They're just so awesome. So, but yeah, they're the best.
Last question for you. Obviously, when you play, in college, you have so much information at your fingertips as far as video, plans of attack against different pitchers. You're sitting down and going over that. When you're coming into a league like this and you don't have as much time, kind of what is the mentality going in to face these different pitchers? Do you communicate it as a team? Do you have to kind of pick your own game plan?
Yeah, I absolutely love that I hit a couple batters behind Amanda Lorenz. She's amazing, and I think that we think very similarly going into kind of what pitches we're hunting and what sequencing we're kind of expecting. And so being able to see her sequencing and understand that, I'm probably going to get something similar is really huge. I love film, and so I think the first game I expected to watch a little bit more film, and then I realized, okay, not really the name of the game here, which is cool. But yeah, I think that you take that out of it and it just becomes a little bit more fun. Maybe not so much of a mind game for me. But yeah, I'm having a blast, guys. This is the best league ever, and I did not expect to have this much fun, and I love it so much.
Aww.
Well, it's always fun when you get 2 homers in your first 2 at-bats. We're expecting a 4-home run game, like you did when you were in college, okay? So a little bit of pressure for you.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Awesome stuff. Danielle, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Danielle Gibson, she hit a homer in the 2nd inning, hit a homer in the 3rd inning, and she's going to have a couple more at-bats more likely than not before this one's over.
I'm swinging for the fences in my next bat.
Oh, goodness. I like it. She says she's a front-of-the-box enthusiast. Lifted down the 3rd base line. It's going to be playable. Lily Piper makes the play. Amanda Lorenz is out number 2.
And a lot of times you'll see women kind of move to the front of the box in at-bats, especially if you have a spin pitcher. And I remember when I faced Kat in 2006 at the Super Regionals in Texas, I was like, you know what? Everyone's going to the back of the box. I'm going to go to the front. I'm going to try to see that drop ball up. Unsuccessful.
I didn't think it was going to go that way. You set me up.
I tried. But I found that if I went to the back of the box, it was harder for me to wait to see her drop ball down. I didn't have it in me to like, oh, is it going to be down? Is it going to be up? But I was like, hey, if I go to the front of the box, I feel like I can try to see it up and get my hacks.
Sierra Romero pops this one into right field, and it's easily caught by Shannon Rhodes. So Haley Wagner does a good job, gives up a leadoff single to Jasmine Jackson, but then retires Andrews, Lorenz, and Romero. We'll step aside. We come back. It's going to be Team Eberle heading to the bat rack, trying to win an inning. We'll see Victoria Hayward get her hacks this half inning. Bottom of the 4th inning. Team Eberle going to bat against Rachel Garcia with the inning on the line. Celebrate Father's Day at Athletes Unlimited. Softball games are 12:30 and 3 o'clock local time here in San Diego. Tickets are as low as $15. Bring your glove. Play catch on the field with your dad after Game 2. Get your tickets today at auprosports.com. We have a dad in the building right now, and it is Carrie Eberle's dad. He is standing by with Key Michael. Key.
Hello, I'm here with Carrie Eberle's dad, TJ.
Hi there.
Father's Day is coming up. How cool is it watching your daughter out there?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we've come to so many games through college and now in the pros and everything else. It's just fun to watch her out here just interacting with all these other professionals and just having a great time.
And she was captain for week 1. Yeah. So I know that you come from a baseball background. Did you give her any nuggets of wisdom on who she should be drafting?
A little bit, more so last year when she was the captain for the first time. This year, I think she knows a lot more of the players and those sorts of things. She does a mix of kind of making sure she's got a good infield defense and some hitters associated with it. She's a drop ball pitcher, so she likes to have that good defense.
Well, it looks like she's picked some pretty good teammates. You guys are not new to AU, so you know how it works, but how much does it feel like a family just being here? I mean, I come from volleyball and I can speak to that, being a player and having the switching of teams all the time, but do you feel that from the dad's side as well?
Yeah, I mean, the format's tremendous. I mean, first off, the interaction, the switching of the teams, the girls get to know each other and spend time, you know, they're all highly competitive, right?
Oh, yeah.
So on the one team, they're competing with them, and the next team, they're teammates, right? So that's wild. It's an interesting dynamic for sure. You know, I think the other thing, you know, in terms of the format, you know, we love kind of the, you know, competing every inning, right? Every inning matters, right? Associated with that. It's stressful, especially for the pitchers, because you know, the hitters got a chance to get up there and get a hit. Those pitchers are like, oh, I got to win the inning, you know, no matter kind of what's going on. But it's great. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You know, I think the fans are starting to kind of understand kind of how the points work and those sorts of things. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have to, because the format just kind of speaks for itself. A combination of the two.
Speaking of speaking for itself, third out, and we are about to go to break, so thank you so much. Back to the booth.
5-pitch inning spun by Rachel Garcia. The 5th is next in San Diego. Bouncing ball, could be 2. There's 1 on to first. Double play! The Romeros combine for the double play. It goes Sierra to Sydney.
Being able to play with Sierra is, truthfully, I admire it. I mean, she's been my role model since a young age.
I remember playing together when we were like 8, you know, T-ball and then travel ball, training together. I mean, she was the one who would push me constantly. We just went back and forth, you know, testing each other, seeing what more we could pull out of each other every single day. I'm excited to play with her and really see the athlete that she's developed into.
This is where we're both supposed to be here at this exact time. It's meant to be.
I love it. And for the first time in a long time, it's actually Sydney Romero leading things for Sierra Romero. The younger sister is a second-year pro here with Athletes Unlimited, and for Sierra, it's her first go-around. So Sydney is showing her older sister the ropes. So far, so good for both. Already in today's game, Sierra Romero has got a base hit, 1 for 3, and Sydney Romero has got a home run. She's 1 for 2. Haley Wagner. This is her second full inning in the circle. She came on in relief of Kaylin Arnold in the 3rd inning. Jordan Roberts, Danielle Gibson, Nadia Taylor to bat here in the 5th inning. We had our first rollover inning in the 4th. No one scored, so this inning is now worth 20 points. May want to hit record right now if you're a big fan of history, because we've got Danielle Gibson in the on-deck circle, and she has homered already twice in today's game.
Well, I would not be giving her anything too pretty, especially 3-0 here. Should Jordan Roberts, if she ends up getting on base, you don't want to intentionally walk Danielle Gibson to put 2 runners on. Some rollover innings on the line.
Ooh, Roberts swung 3-0 and flips it foul. Normally, if you're swinging 3-0, you're yanking it somewhere. Kind of a lazy flip down the right field line. Not what you expect with the 3-0 hack.
Well, and usually you think about the college game, coaches are giving you that green light or not. And in this league, there are no coaches, it's the captains. And when I was talking to some of them earlier, they mentioned that the captains will say certain things before the game starts, of like, if we're gonna swing 3-0.
Now that was a 3-0 swing on 3-1. 3-2. Roberts 0 for 2 so far today.
Wanted it, but good hold.
First walk allowed by Wagner. Leadoff batter aboard here in the 5th inning. And here comes Danielle Gibson. Homer in the second, homer in the third. Both of those against Kaylin Arnold.
First baseman number 5, Danielle Gibson.
The fact that she has Notorious B.I.G. as her walkout song, I've already been a fan, but that just takes it to the next level.
Proper. Hittable pitch, takes it, strike one. Gibson's homers come in bunches. She had a 4-homer game as a college player.
Bullets back to back. Good curveballs, low in the zone.
Wagner struck out 2 since coming into the ball game. Softly right side, fair ball. And Gibson is tagged on the way by Vidalis. Does move Roberts over to second base.
Nadia Taylor doing Nadia Taylor things, making it look easy.
Come on! Come on!
Nadia's had a perfect day. She's faced 2 different pitchers, Arnold and Wagner. Singled off of Arnold in the second, homered off of Wagner in the third. Nadia beginning the day 22nd on the leaderboard, 22nd out of 42 players. Beautiful off-speed pitch.
When I asked Haley Wagner before she was heading into AUX just what she's worked on leading up to this season, and it's this pitch, and she's always been known for her changeup, but just working on it harder and more efficient to be able to throw it at any count, to be able to throw it at multiple speeds. And I think the biggest difference when you are at the professional level and you're facing these hitters, if you cannot change speeds at any count, doesn't matter who's on, you can find yourself in trouble pretty quickly. She knew that. She's worked on her strength game. That's the one thing I feel like you're really seeing a lot of these older vet players do, is dial in the strength, dial in the nutrition. The older you get, you need to make sure you take care of your body so you're able to perform at the highest level on the field.
Wagner now in her 8th professional season. Wagner spent 5 years playing National Pro Fast Pitch. This is her 3rd year with Athletes Unlimited, and she's going to play next year as well. She signed a 2-year contract in the offseason. That is rare, folks, in women's sports, to know where you're going to be a season from now. It's usually on a year-by-year basis, but Haley Wagner making it clear that this is what she wants to do, and she's still got the talent to do it. So she'll be here not only in 2022, but also 2023.
And it's almost more fun when you're a little bit older.
On the ground. Clifton goes right in front of her, and Jordan Roberts runs into an out. It's almost as if Jordan Roberts didn't realize there was just one out. That's a base running mistake by Roberts, and no longer a runner in scoring position. There's 2 outs, and Taylor's on at first.
Getting on top of that rise ball. Sid Romero, her last at bat, 204 feet, just finds a way to get over.
Called strike 1 to Romero. She's now 4 for 12 on the season with that home run next to her name. 13th on the leaderboard. Began the day 23rd, so she's moved up 10 spots. On the ground, should end the inning. Abby Ramirez, soft toss over to Kaylee Clifton. Side is retired. Once again, good job. Haley Wagner puts a 0 on the board. The bottom of the 5th is next. When you got a bright future, you got to wear shades, even when you're an infant. Love it. Bottom of the 5th inning, we've got a 5-3 ball game. Team Ocasio on top of Team Eberle. Game 6 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Warriors up 3-2. They're going to be back in Boston trying to win their 4th title in 8 years, while the Celtics trying to force a winner-take-all Game 7. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8:30. Danielle, I said coverage tips. A lot of people say coverage kicks off, which makes no sense when you're talking about basketball. Coverage tips at 8:30.
Hey, it's been a real treat to kick off this
No.
first season of
No.
AUX Week 1 with you.
A lot of things don't bother me, but I'm a big believer. You kick off football seasons and football seasons only. Leave it to football.
I still think that I'm going to go with it.
You're loud.
Thank you.
You've got enough street cred with me. You can do what you want. All right, we've got a whole bunch of inning points on the line, 20 of them. Should Team Eberle score a run here in this 5th inning, everyone on Team Eberle will get 20 inning points. Megan Wiggins, a perfect 2 for 2, both at bats against Rachel Garcia. Wiggins clearly seeing the ball well. She's 5 for 10 so far through 3 games here with AUX. And now she's got a hitter's count. '12-year pro, Megan Wiggins. Three and 0. Let's see if Wiggins takes a rip. Taking all the way. And it's now 3-1. Megan Wiggins is one of those players that you'd like to play poker with because she doesn't have much of a poker face. I think she thought that pitch was hittable and she's questioning why she took it. Into center field. Andrews makes the play. First time that Wiggins has been retired.
First baseman number 29, Corey Vidales.
Here's TV Tori Vidales. Walked back in the first inning, flew out to left field in the second. Her 3rd look at Rachel Garcia. This is the best stretch that we've seen from Rachel Garcia here through the first couple of games.
Yeah, you're so right. She's really settled in. She's hit good spots. She's been able to get that pitch a little bit more consistent in on the hands. We've seen her saw somebody off.
Two balls, no strikes to Vidales. Doesn't have a home run so far, but she does have a triple. 4 for 9 in 3 games. High, deep, foul.
I just love that angle. It really gives the viewers at home and the little eyes that are watching that play just a bird's eye view of what it looks like to face Rachel Garcia.
Dallas just couldn't commit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia has struck out 3. She's walked 3. Second meeting between these two teams this week. Back on Monday, Team Eberle defeated Team Ocasio by a score of 6-5. That was a game that Team Ocasio led almost the entire game until a ferocious 7th inning comeback by Team Eberle. That's a veteran play by Nadia Taylor. Didn't panic, knew she had time to get the ball over to first base. 2 down.
Designated player number 12, Taylor Edwards.
Don't look now, but Rachel Garcia has retired 6 in a row. Last time she gave a base hit was in the 2nd inning. She's now made it here, 2 outs in the 5th. Good work by Rachel Garcia. Edwards takes called strike one.
And that has to feel really good if you're Rachel. Struggled in some performances leading up to today. The first inning, gave up a couple runs, but has really kind of settled in nicely, hitting good efficient spots, using her down pitch, that off speed. Still would like to see her climb the ladder a little bit with that rise ball, especially when she gets ahead of the hitters. Change their eyes, go up and in on their hands.
Edwards 1 for 2. Taylor Edwards with a bunch of pop. Homered in Monday's game against Team Ocasio. That was with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Looked like Team Eberle was dead in the water.
And inning points on the line, 20 points. No runs scored in the 4th or here in the 5th. If Team Eberle is able to score a point or a run, excuse me, everyone will be rewarded 20 points. It's just little things. In order to see yourself move up the leaderboard, win points and inning points are important. Yes, you want to have a day, you want to step in the box and hit a home run, you're going to get 40 points, or a single's going to get you 10, but 50 points to win a game. And if you win every inning as a team, that's 70 points total that you're able to get, and these ladies know it.
On the ground is short. Short hop by Sydney Romero. Side is retired. Another 1-2-3 inning for Rachel Garcia. She is now retired 7 in a row. Another inning rolls over. The 6th will be worth 30 points for every player. Welcome back, everyone. Lot on the line. It is a 5-3 lead for Team Ocasio over Team Eberle. The last 2 innings have rolled over. The 4th was tied, the 5th was tied. That means the 6th inning. Whoever wins this inning, which team, they will all get 30 points in inning points. We're going to be joined now here by the original member of Athletes Unlimited. You can see Victoria Hayward out there in center field. She wears that number 1 for a reason. The first person to commit to Athletes Unlimited softball. Hey, Victoria, can you hear us?
No. I don't think she can.
All right. We will get in touch with...
I don't hear anything.
All right, no worries, Victoria. All right, we'll try and get back with Victoria in a bit. I'm curious. The grass out there looks so beautiful, and it's so tight. I was actually walking the field a couple of days ago. It looks like it's almost turf. It's so tight.
Can't say that I've ever heard that. I'm gonna write that down.
Well, you can look at it. It
looks like a golf green.
It does. It looks beautiful.
But is that what they say about a golf green? That's a tight green? It's a fast green, which my husband says a lot. Oh, that green was fast.
The stimp meter, yes. 0-2. Leading things off for Team Ocasio is Alicia Ocasio. Ocasio's first at-bat of the day. She's hitting in the spot originally occupied by Rachel Garcia. Garcia, a couple of strikeouts. She earned her money today, actually, with her arm. She was really good after the first inning in the circle. But right now, the captain, Alicia Ocasio, with an important at-bat, trying to get something going against Haley Wagner. Ocasio looking for her first hit here with AUX. Last year's champion, year 2 of Athletes Unlimited softball. Year 1, it was Kat Osterman. Last year, Alicia Ocasio, our 2 champions. Nice changeup, and Ocasio can't pull the trigger. Haley Wagner has matched Rachel Garcia the last couple innings, pitch for pitch.
Really just pretty pitch. Just completely fooled Ocasio up in the zone for sure. I'd like to see that down a little bit, but it's efficient. She fools her. Backwards K. It's all that matters.
Next in line is Jasmine Jackson. She singled her last time up. That single by Jackson, last hit allowed by Haley Wagner. All right, we're being told that Nadia Taylor is in the chair, and we're going to have a chat with Nadia Taylor. Oh, you got the hat on and everything. Hey, Nadia, big home run for you earlier today. You feeling pretty good? You're looking like you're phenomenal right now. You got 4 hits and 10 at-bats so far here with AUX. You're swinging a hot bat.
Thank you. Just the fountain of youth, right?
Hey, you were asking me to throw you BP in Oklahoma. It doesn't even look like you needed me to throw you BP.
Well, I'm in lessons about 14 hours a day, so if I can teach it, I guess I can do it, right?
How are you different as a player from when you first started playing pro ball, National Pro Fast Pitch?
I would say a lot of my preparation. You know, what I'm eating, taking care of my body, you know, minimizing my swings and knowing, hey, might need to be a mental day-to-day. Trusting my process and really just, you know, staying committed to day-to-day, pitch-to-pitch.
Right back to Haley Wagner and Nadia Taylor. I got so many questions I want to ask you, but the inning's over.
All right, well, I'll see you soon. Let's get this dub. Let's get this dub.
We'll be back to San Diego in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Third inning, Nadia Taylor with a big blast. One of 4 home runs in the game for Team Ocasio. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited AUX season, Aspiration is planting 10 trees. Stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted, thanks to Aspiration's support. And the captain of Team Ocasio, Alicia Ocasio, is in the circle now. She will relieve Rachel Garcia, who picked herself up and pitched very well through 5 innings.
Yes, she did. And there's some inning points on the line, and Alicia Ocasio knows that coming into the game. 30 points on the line. Team Eberle is able to score here. They'll get those points. The way that this field kind of works here with that sun, you just look at Gwen Svekis, like, the sun's cruising in those hitters' eyes right now.
Yeah, Team Ocasio fortunate to have a 2-run lead because I think hitting may be more difficult than it was at the beginning of our game. Gwen Svekis, Kaylee Clifton, Lily Piper scheduled to bat here in the 6th inning. Not only Team Ocasio trying to hold down Team Eberle, but just trying to hold them down and win the ball game. If you win the game, everyone on your team gets 50 points. It's a big number. Into center field, sinking, and it lands in front of Andrews. The veteran, Gwen Svekis, her first hit of the ball game. And that's an important leadoff batter on.
Just missed spot. Gwen Svekis executes, pitch over the plate, hits it right back up the middle.
Kaylee Clifton can do a lot of fun things. She can hit for power, she can spray it around, but she can also lay down a bunt. This could be a bunting situation.
I'm with you.
Oh my goodness, Svekis caught in no man's land. Gwen Svekis was expecting Clifton to get it down. When she swings through it, Svekis is a dead duck. Wow, that is a huge out on the base paths.
She finds herself just caught. Momentum already taken her, decides to go that way. Sid Romero, a ton of speed, and just dead in the water.
You know what, this could be a real killer for Gwen Svekis. I think they're gonna call that a caught stealing. So that's a -10 for Svekis. Now Clifton will try and pick her up. Clifton, a double, scoring 2 runs in the 1st inning. She also walked in the 3rd. She's now 4 for 8 in 3 games. Clifton very familiar with Alicia Ocasio. Both these players, 3 seasons now with Athletes Unlimited. And a 4-pitch walk. So Clifton is aboard with 1 down. New season, new look, new merch. Be sure to check out all the brand new Athletes Unlimited items and collections, including AUX softball gear at the AU online shop. Go to shop.auprosports.com to purchase yours today.
I feel like that's what my kids would be doing if they were here. You buy me this, Mom? You give me this sweatshirt?
This weather here, yeah, you go from needing a t-shirt and sunglasses to needing a sweatshirt for our second game. Had some radical temperature swings. Lily Piper, hard into center field. Andrews, she did again. Erin Andrews doing her thing. Man, if she missed that, that would have been a disaster.
Just hit on the screws, gets it just in time, lays out, loves it, goes to look for the next play. That's what it's all about. As a pitcher, that just fires me up.
Huge play by Andrews. That's out number 2. Clifton remains on at first. One of the best defensive outfielders in the world today, Aaliyah Andrews. If she didn't make that play, she didn't get leather on that ball. It goes all the way to the fence, and I think Clifton scores from first.
I'm with you. Yeah, that's would definitely be 30-point inning for Team Eberle.
Here's Shannon Rhodes. Rhodes, the rookie from Texas. 2021 was her final year of college softball. She homered yesterday. Just put the ball in play twice today, nothing to show for it. Off-speed pitch, a beauty. Team Ocasio trying to finish their week, their series, 2-2. This is their final game. Team Eberle, they still have one more game. They'll do it later on today on this field against Team Chittister. All 3 teams playing 4 games every series. There were 3 total series. So all teams will play 12 times. Ball gets away briefly from Palacios, and Clifton takes advantage.
It's just those little things. Right now you have Shannon Rhodes in a hitter's count, 3-1, with now a runner in scoring position. This feels different than if she's on 1. RBI opportunity here with 30 points on the line.
Confident swing. Not only is Alicia Ocasio trying to stop Team Eberle from scoring this inning, so win the inning points, but also trying to stay in front. And they will. They will stay in front as we head to the 7th inning. The strikeout of Rhodes. What a bit of defense by Aaliyah Andrews to keep this thing rolling.
This is how you do it, baby. Air Andrews all day.
Inning action. Team Ocasio trying to expand their 5-3 lead. Also hoping to win this 7th inning as well as win this game. Game 6 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. You can find it on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Warriors are up 3-2. Heading back to Boston, they'll try and win their 4th title in 8 years, while the Celtics, they'll try and force things to a Game 7. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8:30. Real opportunity for Team Ocasio with Amanda Lorenz leading things off. And 1 pitch into the 7th, she bounces to first. So a quick out number 1. That's now 7 in a row retired by Haley Wagner.
Second baseman number 32, Sierra Romero.
A couple of Michigan Wolverines doing work. Sierra Romero and Haley Wagner. First pitch called strike 1. Take a look at our Geico leaderboard. Haven't seen Teja Mulipola play so far today. She'll play for Team Chittister later tonight. but she still leads things. That is an up-to-date leaderboard. Shortstop Clifton throws out Romero. 8 in a row retired by Wagner. Wagner came into the game, Danielle, in the 3rd inning and gave up a home run to the first batter she faced, Nadia Taylor. Since then, she's only given up 1 hit. It was a single to Jasmine Jackson. She has been close to flawless.
Yeah, she's worked the zone really, really well. And to be honest, she's got these hitters to get themselves out. She's really using her defense. I think that's so important for defense. When you know a pitcher is going to hit a good quality spot, you can trust that that ball is going to come to you. It's when pitchers miss big at times where it's like, oh, as a defense, you don't know where it's going to go. But at this level, being able to have pinpoint location, throw that changeup, just gives you confidence as a defense and craving for the ball to come your way.
Wow. 6-pitch inning for Haley Wagner. She strikes out Jordan Roberts. Tip of the cap to Haley Wagner. The bottom of the 7th when we return. Let's take a look at our Geico defensive play of the game.
It's a no-doubter. Leah Andrews laying it all out on the line.
It's not the first time she's had the defensive play of the game. It's all become a pitcher's duel here late in the ballgame. We had a whole bunch of offense through the first 3 innings, but nothing but zeros starting in the 4th inning. This is what it comes down to, folks. Team Ocasio, they've got a 2-run lead. We've got 40 inning points on the line. Team Ocasio, if they hold Team Eberle to a 0 right here, everyone on their team is going to get 90 points. 40 inning points, and then a 50-pointer for the win. This is huge. DJ Sanders comes off the bench and starts with 2 quick strikes. Hadn't taken the bat off her shoulder. Sanders hitting for Abby Ramirez. After Sanders, back to the top of the order, Victoria Hayward and Megan Wiggins. If anyone gets on, Tori Vidalis. Foul tip, and Palacios just can't hang on.
I thought that looked like it got her. Umpire just giving her a second. Catchers don't get enough love. My daughter said she wanted to be a catcher.
Ooh,
I'm like, nope,
really?
No. Mm-mm. They could just get beat up back there.
Yeah, they do.
They're the coolest people on the field, in my opinion, but man, they get beat up.
Swung on and missed. Ball goes down in the dirt, so Palacios has to throw it out at first. That's the first out here in our 7th inning. Alicia Ocasio coming out of the pen. In the 6th inning, she struck out Shannon Rhodes. Now she strikes out DJ Sanders to begin the 7th.
This is just filthy off speed. Look at the way she gets over top of it. Lots of spin on that pitch. Palacios behind the plate, and you see that block, so good.
Victoria Hayward. Vic got credit for a sacrifice back in the 2nd inning. Those are her only stat points today. You get 10 points for a sacrifice bunt. Yesterday, Hayward had a 4-hit day. Her second 4-hit day in her time with Athletes Unlimited. Right side, Sierra Romero, 2 down. And now Team Eberle in their final game here in this first series, down to their last out. Megan Wiggins will come up. If she makes an out, 90 points go to Team Ocasio. If she happens to hit a home run, it immediately gives everyone on Team Eberle 40 points for winning what would constitute as 4 consecutive innings. The 4th inning was tied, the 5th inning was tied, the 6th inning the same. So this 7th inning, there are 40 inning points on the line. Wiggins can't jump the yard. She's got 2 homers so far through 3 games. 1-1.
And Alicia Ocasio looks like a different pitcher than she has. I feel like she's sharp. She's been able to locate that off-speed pitch and get these hitters out of their zone a little bit and then up chasing pitches like that. And when a hitter chases a pitch up in the zone, now it just expands it. You can toy with them, a 1-2 count if you want to go down, if you want to go back up, if you want to mix one of your 3 off-speed pitches that you have.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Wiggins. Team Eberle, they scored 2 runs in that 1st inning to jump out to an early lead, but it's been all Team Ocasio since. Did she? Yep, went too far. The throw to first base, and the ball game is over. Team Ocasio, that is a 90-point inning. They win the last 4 innings, and they win the game, so an extra 50. A huge day for everyone associated with Team Ocasio.
And this is just straight filth from Alicia Ocasio. Look at that 4-seam rotation down in the zone, the way her body moves. So good. Great performance all around by Team Ocasio. Winning innings, finding ways to step up. Danielle Gibson, 2 bombs.
Just in inning wins and in the total win, Team Ocasio wins 110 points. That is huge. We've got another one coming your way. We still have a Team Chittister taking on Team Eberle. But for now, for both Danielle, Lori, and Key Michael, I'm Eric Collins saying goodbye for now.